know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man.
So why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited.
You recognize this cabin right here that Kris Jenner's at? Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at a cabin, but wait, is that? No, surely that's not the same cabin.
The clock is officially ticking on the ultimate Hollywood empire. When 50 Cent publicly announced that his upcoming documentary on Diddy's massive downfall was just the beginning, a wave of sheer panic allegedly swept through the highest ranks of the entertainment industry. Insiders are now whispering that the hip-hop mogul has an entire list of elite targets he plans to expose, and sitting right at the very top is none other than Kris Jenner.
Good American on the outside. I've got SKIMS on the inside.
Wait, say that again?
I'm drinking 818 like crazy.
That's below. For over a decade, the Kardashian-Jenner matriarch has meticulously crafted a flawless billionaire dynasty, carefully controlling every narrative. But the sudden, catastrophic collapse of Sean Diddy Combs has threatened to pull back the curtain on a deeply hidden, incredibly dark alliance. The sheer panic became blatantly obvious when internet sleuths noticed something deeply unsettling. Exactly 24 hours before federal agents descended on Diddy's mansions, both Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner quietly unfollowed the disgraced mogul on social media. People immediately began asking questions. Was this just a bizarre, incredibly lucky coincidence, or did someone on the inside tip them off that the government was about to make its move? But to understand why the ultimate momager is suddenly in a state of absolute terror, we have to look closely at the man standing quietly in her shadow.
Kim, Khloe, and Kylie also attended Diddy's 50th birthday in 2019, and Kris accompanied her boyfriend, Cory Gamble. Cory really knew Diddy even before he met Kris. In fact, there are suspicions that Cory was helping Diddy control Justin Bieber. Remember this weird picture of Cory and Justin? But Kris Jenner and Diddy's bond also goes far back. They've worked closely together for over a decade, and Kris used to share a lot of intimate photographs of her and Diddy on IG. Then there was also the bizarre episode of Kris's chat show when Diddy was assessing youngsters modeling.
More ruthless people in the business world and industry. They just have subtleties to their tactics.
So we have Madison. She's wearing a black Lauren dress, a Stella McCartney sweater, and a Stuart Wiseman flats. Say hi to the audience, girl. All right. Thank you, Zachary.
I can see you rocking that look, Sean.
I styled everybody, by the way.
Thanks, guys. For more information on spoiled fashions, check out our Facebook page. My hubby Bruce Jenner will be here when we come back.
Everything. This is big. Network like Oprah.
This is crazy. Yeah. You are going to be big, big, big.
I'm going to be a big star one day.
Big star one day. I'm counting on. I'm betting on you.
Yeah.
If I was at the races, I would bet on Diddy.
Got
me.
You gotta take out the
No, I mean,
yes,
that was a great surprise.
Heartwarming. I need you in my life, baby. I need you every day. I turn on TV. I need to see your beautiful, sexy, fine self.
Oh, that made me cry.
Take
Thank
that.
you, Kimmy. Thank you, Sean. You guys are amazing.
Remember when Homeland Security raided Diddy's residences back in March 2024? Well, Kris and Kim unfollowed Diddy on Instagram barely 24 hours before the raids took place. So how did they know? Was it simply a coincidence, or did someone tip them off? Well, some sources were claiming at the time Kris and Kim were worrying big time when the raids occurred because they believed the FBI would start connecting the dots between them and Diddy's crimes. And those offenses reportedly involve money laundering, directly connected to Kris Jenner's private church. One of the persons who helped Kris set up the church was Lou Taylor, Britney Spears' previous manager and the architect of her conservatorship. According to court records acquired by the New York Times, Lou Taylor profited millions from Britney while she was under that conservatorship. And part of the money wound up flowing into another dubious church, Calvary Chapel, which is owned by Lou's husband. And guess who else Lou Taylor is linked to? That's right, Diddy. In reality, Lou and Diddy go far back, and they originally met in the 90s when they both worked at Uptown Records.
For years, the public has viewed Cory as little more than Kris Jenner's ultra-quiet, silk pajama-wearing companion, but industry whispers paint a completely different, far more sinister picture of the man. In the dark underbelly of Hollywood, Cory isn't known as a simple boyfriend. He is heavily rumored to be a high-level industry fixer. A fixer is the guy you call when the absolute worst happens, the one who handles the hush money and ensures the elite are never caught with blood on their hands. Cory's deep, long-standing ties to Diddy actually predate his relationship with Kris by years, with rumors circulating that Cory was specifically brought in to manage and control a young Justin Bieber during the peak of his fame. But the most chilling detail about Cory's alleged dual life emerged during one of the most heartbreaking tragedies in the music industry. When Diddy's former partner Kim Porter suddenly passed away under incredibly mysterious circumstances in 2018, eyewitnesses and insider reports placed Cory Gamble directly at the scene of the tragedy. Shockingly, he was allegedly present at Kim Porter's house before the paramedics and coroners even arrived. Why would a reality television star be the first person on the scene of an unexpected passing connected to Diddy? His eerie ability to always be standing quietly in the middle of the chaos didn't go unnoticed. In fact, someone on the inside tried to warn the entire world about this exact situation years ago.
People began connecting the links. Lost photographs emerged, and the internet went crazy with thoughts about what the relationship between them actually is. One popular tweet dubbed Cory a fixer, saying Sean Combs' good friend Cory Gamble is Kris Jenner's boyfriend. He's also a fixer. Sometimes the fixes are nice, and sometimes they are not. Many more comments reflected this similar viewpoint, and that's when it sank for Cory and the Kardashians, that their time of diverting everyone with expensive parties and an affluent lifestyle was over.
He's offering a description of crazy, but when you start getting in certain areas, they're not going to actually be compassionate for what's going on with him, or because he's not crazy where he doesn't know what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying.
There is a Britney Spears connection in the new Diddy lawsuit. Some of the people named were also the ones involved in Britney Spears' conservatorship, and now they are being dragged down with Diddy.
That not only was Cory Gamble extremely close to Kim Porter and Diddy, he was there. He was there when the coroners arrived to Kim Porter's house after 911 was called. Am I crazy? That's Cory Gamble, 100%. Not in the blue, the one right behind him.
The media was incredibly quick to write off Kanye West's public rants as the spiraling of a man losing his grip on reality. But looking back, it appears Kanye was actually dropping massive, terrifying clues about the dark reality of Kris and Cory's operation. In a series of rapidly deleted social media posts, Kanye directly branded Cory as a godless plant. He went on interviews claiming that Cory was tied to deep intelligence networks, even throwing out the accusation that the man was an asset for the CIA. At the time, the public laughed it off, but behind the closed doors of the Kardashian compound, Kanye was completely serious. He went as far as legally prohibiting his children from ever being left alone in the same room as Cory Gamble. He didn't want his kids anywhere near a man he believed was handling illicit operations for the Hollywood elite. Kanye even hinted that the romantic relationship between Kris and Cory was nothing more than a highly strategic business alliance, where Kris provides the billionaire lifestyle and Cory handles the absolute dirtiest work. But handling the dark side of Hollywood requires an airtight distraction, and whenever the heat gets turned up too high, Kris Jenner knows exactly how to put on a multi-million-dollar show.
In all this, the one person who has stood on business when it comes to exposing Cory is Kanye. Even while he was still married to Kim, Ye never liked Cory. In a series of deleted tweets, he branded Cory godless and an opportunist. He also stated that his friendship with Kris is more of a strategic collaboration to help cover up his illicit activities with Diddy. He went as far as prohibiting his kids from ever being near Cory just because he didn't want them to be affected by his dishonest methods. And then there came a leaked audio where Ye suggested that Cory had links to intelligence networks in Hollywood, even referring to him as CIA.
Yes, Corey CIA. Like, he didn't even have to say it. I know it. The grandmother that signed for the daughter to do the tape has the rights to the names and the likeness of my black children. That's who we're dealing with. And I bet not one celebrity say They ain't gonna say shit. They're gonna be like, oh man, I'm sorry about your cousin.
While the internet was entirely melting down over the impending release of the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs, the Hollywood elite were in an absolute state of panic. Right in the middle of this unprecedented media firestorm, Kris Jenner threw an aggressively lavish James Bond-themed 70th birthday bash. But to the trained eye, this wasn't a celebration. It looked exactly like a billionaire boardroom meeting disguised as a party. The guest list was a staggering who's who of ultra-wealthy elites desperately hoping to keep their names out of the Epstein headlines. But the most baffling detail was the funding. Reports leaked that the jaw-dropping $6.5 million price tag for the event was entirely bankrolled by Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez. Why would one of the richest men on the planet suddenly drop millions to fund a party right as federal investigations into elite rings were peaking? According to initial reports, local police were called to the mansion due to noise complaints, but eyewitnesses painted a much darker picture, claiming paramedics had been urgently rushed in to handle an incident that occurred behind closed doors. Security allegedly locked the situation down immediately. Throwing a multi-million-dollar smokescreen to distract the media is one thing, but making massive amounts of highly questionable money disappear entirely without a trace, that requires a financial mastermind with no moral compass.
And this has led to accusations online that these ongoing real estate costs are merely another front for enabling guys like Epstein and Diddy execute their criminal enterprises. After the leak got public, the reaction rushed in.
Kris Jenner and Cory Gamble are allegedly headed for a breakup. And this comes after a blind item has alleged that Kris Jenner is doing everything she can to get Cory to dump her so she doesn't have to continue to financially support him.
Fans have been screaming for 50 Cent to do additional documentaries and expose all the filth going on in the business. Well, it seems like those fans could have their desire realized soon, since insiders close to 50 are claiming he's got an entire list of celebs he wants to expose. He's allegedly preparing sequels to the Reckoning, Doc, with each episode concentrating on a high-profile individual from Diddy's circle. And sure, Kris Jenner is on that list.
Why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited. Diddy will be proud of you tonight. Are we going to see Diddy? I don't think he's here. He's out with French Montana and he's in Miami, actually. So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber. He didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Cory Gamble is Justin Bieber's former tour manager, which taught Kris Jenner how to be a tour manager so that she could take over the financial responsibility.
If there is one name that serves as the ultimate dark web connection between Diddy, the Kardashians, and the most heartbreaking tragedies in Hollywood history, it is Lou Taylor. Lou Taylor is the notorious business manager and architect behind Britney Spears' highly controversial conservatorship, accused of completely draining the pop star's wealth. But Lou's roots in the industry's dark side go much further back. Her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs actually started in the 1990s when they both worked at Uptown Records. As the government recently filed explosive lawsuits against Diddy for his illicit operations, Lou's wealth management firm TriStar was officially named in the legal documents. The firm is accused of acting as the financial clearinghouse for his dark activities. But Lou didn't just manage Britney and Diddy, she eventually became the official business manager for the Kardashian Jenner family. When she officially infiltrated the Calabasas camp, she brought her deeply questionable financial strategies right to Kris Jenner's doorstep, opening the door to the most mind-bending financial mystery in recent Hollywood history.
Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They is doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay?
This article from The Hollywood Reporter indicates that Lou Taylor joined a management agency named Demos, where she worked with Uptown Records and met Sean Diddy Combs, then an intern at the label, now her long-term client.
In the highly regulated world of elite wealth, hundreds of millions of dollars don't just vanish into thin air unless the money is being professionally moved across international borders. The financial rabbit hole connecting these families recently exploded online. According to financial sleuths, roughly $600 million was allegedly drained from Britney's trust accounts and moved into a highly obscure investment firm called Stonebridge, a company with direct ties to Lou Taylor. From there, the money was reportedly wired entirely offshore, moved into a shadow holding company set up in Panama, a notorious tax haven. For a brief moment, that staggering $600 million essentially ceased to exist on paper. But then an absolute miracle occurred in Calabasas. At the exact same time this offshore maneuvering was happening, Kim Kardashian's shapewear brand, SKIMS, magically jumped in valuation, making Kim exactly $600 million richer overnight. Simultaneously, Kylie Jenner sold exactly half of her beauty empire for that exact same price, $600 million. Financial analysts pointed out that the statistical probability of these identical numbers lining up across different industries at the exact same time is practically zero. The prevailing theory is that this was a highly coordinated money-moving operation, but washing that kind of untraceable cash requires a bulletproof, tax-free pipeline right here on U.S. soil.
Kylie, $600 million for the business. What was your reaction when you heard that number?
Well, for half of the business, so
Yes.
it's worth double that.
Yes.
So, just to fact check you guys, I've known that selling her business was always in the works for her for a long time. A lot of companies were bidding and really wanted to buy her brand, and so selling just about half of it was a decision that she made about a year ago, and that she wanted to, and so I'm so proud of her.
It turns out Kris Jenner's tax shelters work incredibly hard. Enter the California Community Church. On paper, it looks like a standard modern megachurch, but in reality, this establishment operates with an intense level of secrecy, requiring members to pay a staggering $1,000 a month in basic membership fees, plus mandatory tithes. By operating strictly as a religious institution, the church is completely exempt from paying taxes and reporting their income to the IRS. This creates the ultimate untraceable black box for cash. Deep rumors suggest that the church is actually being utilized as a massive slush fund for the Hollywood elite. Insiders allege that when a powerful figure like Diddy needs to quietly settle a brutal lawsuit or secretly pay off a victim without leaving a bank trail, the money is funneled through the church's accounts as an anonymous charitable donation. The church then supposedly issues a completely legal, untraceable payout. Interestingly enough, Lou Taylor's own husband operates a similar, highly controversial church called Calvary Chapel, which was also linked to suspicious funds. For years, this airtight financial system kept everyone safe and totally untouchable. But with federal agents officially kicking down doors, the ultimate Hollywood dynasty is finally starting to fracture under the immense pressure.
This is a church right here. It's in Agoura Hills, California, which is very close to Calabasas, and it was founded in 2009. The church was primarily founded by Kris. Churches do not have to pay any taxes. They don't even have to report their income to the IRS.
Do you or your family have any overseas tax shelters?
The beautifully unified, untouchable front that Kris Jenner and Cory Gamble have maintained for the cameras is visibly shattering in real time. The anxiety of having the feds circling their closest associates is taking a massive toll. Just recently, onlookers were absolutely stunned to witness a furious, mask-off screaming match between Kris and Cory in the middle of a VIP event in Las Vegas. The argument was incredibly tense, with Cory completely losing his normally calm demeanor and snapping at the billionaire matriarch. The situation got so heated that Khloe Kardashian actively had to physically step in to calm Cory down. According to leaks, Cory is absolutely terrified. He reportedly screamed that he was sick and tired of being treated like a disposable assistant, knowing full well that if the government hands down indictments, he is the one who will be thrown to the wolves to protect the Kardashian brand.
And with good cause. The religion demands its members to pay a high $1,000 membership fee each month and substantial gifts distinct from usual tithes. She also receives a 10% tax credit since it's a church. However, what this does is allow her and her kids a simple opportunity to avoid paying taxes. All they need to do is make a large gift to the church, and that's tax-free money they can retain inside the family.
She bought it for him, she pays his rent every month, and all the Kardashians give at least 10% of their income every single year to this church. And it's obviously because they're like good Christians, right? It couldn't possibly be like tax evasion or like money laundering.
But legal experts are heavily speculating that the authorities are building a massive RICO case designed specifically to take down entire criminal syndicates. You don't have to be the one committing the crime to go to prison. You just have to be part of the enterprise that funded or covered it up. Cory knows exactly where the secrets are buried, and he knows the routing numbers for the offshore accounts. If the pressure gets too high, the ultimate Hollywood fixer might just do the unthinkable and flip on the very woman who gave him his billionaire lifestyle. If Cory decides to talk, or if 50 Cent drops the undeniable proof in his next documentary, the longest-running reality show in history might just end with federal handcuffs. The empire is cracking, and the world is holding its breath to see who falls first.